4, 3. Hang on. Just I want to. Yep. Go for it.
Hello, and welcome to Cash Furnace. My name is Paul Kinzerski, and together with my co host, Eric Downs, we aim to become your go to source for daily stock and crypto news. Today's date is January 28th, 2021. In today's podcast, we're going to cover the politics behind Robinhood's trade restrictions today. I'm sure you've all heard of it. We're going to have a bit of a deep dive into what happened and where we think things are going. We're also going to cover in crypto news, Coinbase going public, as well as we're going to look at the Bitcoin charts. Is it alt season again? Dodge has gone up 400%. Prepare your pockets for some cash, baby. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see and you want the news to keep coming, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the things you already know how to do. We need this YouTube algorithm on our side. Let's make some money. Take it away, Eric. Robinhood.
Okay. So everyone knows what's going on. This is world news at this point, and I couldn't be more excited. This is our world, man. This is the world that you and I live in every day. We've lived in it for years, and it is taking the main stage front and center. It's got the spotlight.
Yep.
And so I wanted to explain, everybody in the news is talking about the mechanics of how everything we're seeing with GameStop, Robinhood, Wall Street Bets, how it works. And I think that's amazing.
Right. Everybody knows a short squeeze now. It's incredible.
Everyone knows. Yeah. Before that, all my friends are asking me like if I can explain it. And it's so cool that like there are people out there explaining what a short squeeze is, what gamma hedging is. And like, these are all wild concepts that only big, I hate to use the term, but big Wall Street fat cats deal with on a regular basis. They're becoming everyday lexicon for regular people, and I think it's super cool. I think it's awesome. So that being said, I don't want to be I don't need to explain it again. There's probably a related video right beneath this one that will tell you exactly what's going on, let alone the fact that we explained it in yesterday's episode, which you should check out if you haven't already. And the day before, that's right. But I want to talk a little bit about the politics behind what's going on. And I don't want to make any implications or any assertions or anything like that. But I want to paint a picture of who's involved here, just so our viewers understand really who the players are in front of and behind the curtains.
I'm not saying how significant this is.
Yes, extreme, very much so. So, the big thing you should know here. So again, we've got several major names on our bill here, right? We've got Robinhood, we've got Wall Street Bets, we've got Melvin Capital, and we've got Citadel, okay? Now, again, I hope by now you guys all understand how some of these players are interacting. But here's what you may or may not know, and this is what really gets interesting. Robinhood, if you're familiar with it, is a very popular, and I'll give them tons of credit, a very well-designed trading platform that gives retail investors the ability to trade for free. Now, as we've said before, and as I hope you guys all know, I hope it's tattooed on your brain, if the product is free, you are the product. Robinhood is not an exception to this. Robinhood is a free service, but it's free because they make money selling your information. Now, it's not like a regular company, your birth date and all the stuff you like and all this.
It's far more valuable. Far more valuable. Yes.
Robinhood, through a process referred to as front running, sells your trade data to major institutions and hedge funds and stuff like that. So that when you go to place a trade, when you go to buy GameStop, for example, they're not just sending that to the major New York Stock Exchange or wherever it is that can process these trades. They're sending it. They're detouring and rerouting it through these big hedge fund guys who will pay for this information, because the hedge funds can take advantage of what's called oh my gosh, why am I blanking? ARB. What's ARB short for?
Social arbitration?
No, wait, it's not arbitration. Is it? It's oh my gosh, this is the worst time for me to blank. I shouldn't Arbitrage. That's what I was looking for.
Arbitrage. Thank you.
Arbitrage is basically the exploitation of different prices across different markets. So, for instance, one arbitrage is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you can sell Pokemon cards for $5. But if you come out to LA, you'll sell it's Pokemon Super Hot, and you'll sell the same Pokemon card for $20. That's not true, but it's an example of the same product being bought and sold for different prices depending on the different market it's
Right.
in.
It's the principle.
Right. Now, these major hedge funds are using this same principle to take your data and saying, oh, Paulie wants to buy GameStop for X price. I'm going to go obtain those shares from the, major exchange for slightly less, and I'm going to sell them to Paulie for the price that he wants. And in turn, I'm going to make some money doing that.
And they do it in the tiniest fraction of a second that it takes for your order to fulfill. It's incredibly small, and it's not much profit, but they do it millions and millions of times a day, and it comes out to huge numbers.
That's exactly right. When you place an order on notice, you put in a limit order, it'll fill for the limit that you say. And that's true, and that's accurate. And honestly, that's the reason that I think Robinhood's a great platform, is because it doesn't really lie to you necessarily. You get what you pay for, but someone else is profiting along the way. Now, in this particular case, the reason this is a little bit more scandalous is because the person who's profiting is, in this case, Citadel. So Citadel, again, is a hedge fund, is the parent company of Melvin Capital. And Melvin Capital was the most famous institution who was shorting GameStop. And they were the face of the Goliath that all of us little Davids were facing off against, basically, because they had over shorted and over borrowed shares to short against GameStop. So here's the thing. If we little wow, I almost said whittle. If we little Davids or chipmunks or whatever you want to call us start to win and drain billions of dollars from Melvin Capital, that's not good for Citadel. And what's not good for Citadel is not good for Robinhood, because Citadel provides 40% of Robinhood's annual income by paying for front-running orders, like we just talked about. So now you see a little bit of a relationship here. So when you see Robinhood, by the way, Citadel is also a major investor in other brokerages such as TD Ameritrade and lots of other major ones like that. So what you start seeing here is that when these major brokerages say, you can't buy GameStop anymore. Remember, when you buy GameStop, that's bad for Melvin, and that's bad for Citadel, and that's bad for Robinhood. So when they restrict that, those are major flashing lights going off. Those are red alerts going off telling you, dude, there's some shady play going here. They're clearly trying to protect their own and protect themselves, Right. And the problem is when you're doing that in a free trading stock market, around which there are very stringent and specific laws in place to prevent manipulation of this kind, you're flying so close to the sun that your wings are bound to melt. And that is what we're dealing with right now. There's a class action lawsuit that's been filed against Robinhood. There have been letters written to Congress, about this. SEC filings against.
There's already a hearing on Robinhood and market manipulation. The House of Financial Services Committee, Maxine Waters in the House of Financial Services Committee announced a coming hearing on short selling specifically because of this event.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And what I mean, this is a clash of the titans that you do not this doesn't happen often in a lifetime. It really doesn't. And the forces and circumstances by which this is coming coming to, coming to fruition are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. One of a lifetime circumstances. This is like, it's a hell of a time to be alive, guys. So
Oh yeah.
that's really my only point to make today, is that, yeah, there's a lot of fun mechanics and fuck the man kind of thing and Wall Street fat cats. All that social justice stuff is ripe. It's teeming with vigor, and it's very accurate and it's very justified. But just
Right.
know that, when Robinhood and other exchanges are restricting these shares, it's not just because like everything's too crazy and all this stuff. It's because they're all in bed with each other and they need to protect each other. It's
So-
all coordinated.
Right. Right. Here's my thoughts on the matter, right? On the matter. If you need to buy your boys time, because that's what they are. They're in bed with these guys now, right? They provide, like you said, hundreds of millions of dollars to them each year. 40% of Robinhood is a shitload of money.
Right.
If you need to buy your boys a little bit of time, halt all of the trades.
Right.
My main problem with what they did today is they only gave regular users like you and me, retail investors, a sell button.
Yep. And
And it doesn't
case,
matter.
Okay, in my case,
Go ahead.
I didn't even. I don't want to take this away from you. In my case, I didn't even have a sell button.
Right.
So broken, I couldn't even exit a dying trade. I mean, it was like I was up in arms. Please continue. I just had to say that.
So here's the problem with that, right? Where everybody's like, "Oh, it still gives people a way out." Yes, it does. But there could have been, if they did nothing today, there could have been 90% buying pressure, 10% selling pressure, right?
Yes.
The price would have astronomically rose. Instead, by taking away that buy button, what they have done is turn it into 100% selling pressure. So anybody that shorted the stock today was guaranteed fucking profit for as long as they knew that only sell button was going to be there for retail investors.
That's right.
And if that's not market manipulation, I don't know what the fuck is, man.
Oh, that's market manipulation at its finest.
If you make it so the stock can only go in one direction, that is manipulating the market.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah. And here's what bothers me, right? They say they're putting this under the guise of saying it's our fiduciary duty to make sure that our investors aren't making dumb investments, right? Investments that they don't understand what they're getting into. They don't understand what they're buying. They could lose everything on this. Okay, fair. However, my entire net worth over the past 5 years that I've built has been in the riskiest asset class, I think, out there. One of the riskiest, which is cryptocurrencies, right? And I made a lot of money on a lot of really small stocks, like penny stocks. Regardless, the only reason why I am where I am today is because I had the ability, I had the freedom to buy and sell what I wanted when I wanted, regardless of other people's decisions, right? Regardless of their opinions. There were a whole lot of people that would say, what you're doing is stupid. You're going to lose all of your money. Get out. I had another plan, but nobody was nannying me the whole time, telling me you can't do this. We're going to restrict what you do. And if they had been there, I would have a net worth of 100th of what I have now. And as corny as it sounds, I feel like the epitome of the American dream, right, is being able to go out, you have this vision, you go against what everybody says, and you go from nothing to growing an empire in whatever way, shape, or form, like an empire is in your mind, right?
Yes.
And doing something like this literally restricts the American dream. As dumb as it sounds, one day halting trading on a few stocks, right? sounds like I'm blowing it up, but there are people that could have made life-changing amounts of money today, and because of what they did, they lost life-changing amounts of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quite literally could have crushed huge. I mean, just read Wall Street Bets. How many people paid off student loans, paid off hospital bills, paid
Yep.
off their mortgages
Bought
with
houses.
GME stock?
Yep.
Right. Bought houses outright. You're going
Those
to take that away. You take away home ownership, which is like the entire American dream in a nutshell, right?
Mhm.
Owning your own land, and basically restrict that over a day and make everyone lose those potential gains because you and your buddies made some dumb decisions on naked options and shorts. I mean,
Yeah.
it pisses me off to no end, but I don't want to like make this whole podcast a rant. It's just, it's ridiculous, man. And I do hope that all this legislation goes through in the public's favor. I mean, I doubt it will, as things have always gone with bailouts and whatnot. The little guy, the taxpayer, always gets screwed. But I hope today's different, man. We'll see.
I mean, we'll see. You know, as we've seen on Twitter, you know, AOC is doing her Twitch live stream right now, where she's addressing this addressing this exact issue, and that we're seeing unprecedented cross eye or what was it? You know, whatever, bipartisan or unilateral. I don't. Are they all? Does it all mean the same thing? I don't know.
Yes.
We're basically seeing unilateral support from both sides, from both political sides about this issue. This is something. I mean, dude, if our country's known for something, for one thing, it's fucking disagreeing with itself. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially
And
right now.
Everybody is on the same page. There is not a single person who's out there saying, "Oh, but think about it from the Wall Street side." Like,
Right.
what about, you know?
Everybody knows what happens. It's clear as fucking day.
It is. Yep, that's right. You know, and these are the only people who are losing or at threat of losing anything. Or I think my favorite tweet was, and you gotta forgive me, I'm paraphrasing it, but it said, "Look, man, these are real people with four boats who are losing out here." And it's like, yeah, exactly, dude.
They might
It's
have
like
to sell one of those yachts.
right. You know, it's when people on our end are, like you said, Paulie, these are life-changing amounts of money that allow you to medical bills and you know, hospital houses and stuff like that. These are things that people don't have. The people on the other side of that trade have multiple of. You know, it's not. It's definitely a haves versus the have-nots. And finally, this is like a little crack in the wall where the have-nots are starting to have an opportunity to have, and the haves are set off, dude.
Yeah, let's use all of our power here to shut down these guys. Yeah.
This is bigger than just, you know, this is bigger than just making a few bucks on some dinky app.
Today is going to change trading for the next 30 years. I'm convinced.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
We just witnessed history.
It's absolutely incredible. We're here every day watching, trading, and reporting, you know, and it's absolutely amazing, man. So again, incredible time to be alive. I look forward to seeing how this pans out, and I hope it works out favorably for us. I hope they don't take the entire, you know, the entire ball away, ball home, and leave us, you know, leave us trading corn futures or something like that.
only time will tell.
I want to say one more thing before we move on, and this is so short. I want to be on record saying this. Robinhood came out just, you know, I don't know, a few hours ago, sent an email to everyone, said, "Hey, well, it's a tough day. We're going to open limited trading for the meme stocks tomorrow." They didn't say that. They said, you know, whatever, GameStop and stuff. I just want to be on record right now saying when pre-market opens, I'm placing an order for GameStop. I'm in. I'm back in. I had a little bit of GameStop, and I had the app open, and it sold in front of my eyes. Now, maybe when I woke up at 4 a.m. to pee, I decided, oh man, nah, I went out. Maybe I placed a limit order, but I got to be honest, I don't recall doing that at all. And I watched this. I watched my position get sold right in front of me on my while the phone was in my hand, and it was okay. The position was up, but the more we learn about this mechanics, all of the players, and all of the social philosophy that is charged behind all this, I just want to be on the. I don't want to be on the good. I want to be on the good side.
No,
So when we open tomorrow, I'm getting back in GameStop.
I've already, um, again, I guess I'm announcing on this channel too. I've already decided today that I'm taking $5,000. I'm considering lost money, and I'm
Yeah,
throwing it into AMC, GME as a pure fuck you.
yeah,
I don't care if I lose every dollar.
I'm into it. I'm into it, man.
And I guess that just shows where we are, because I didn't even have a horse in this race. I traded GME on a swing yesterday a little bit and made a bit of profit, but that was just because I was like, I want to be part of a little bit of history. I had no concerns. I didn't feel like fuck these hedge funds like everybody else. I was just cool with witnessing it. Now, after today, I care, and I'm backing my how I feel, my opinion on it. So we'll end it there, and we'll get to some
Go for it.
some good news.
Please. Take it
So
away.
what I'm really excited about, Coinbase has finally disclosed their pursuit of a direct listing of its Class A common stock. So that means soon, we don't know when, but you and I will be able to buy a part of Coinbase in the future as a publicly traded stock. And I could not be more excited.
I will right away.
Oh, yes, I'm getting into this. And it's let's be real here. This is going to be overvalued. But I don't see it as any different from Tesla stock, anything else that's trading at ridiculous forward PEs and all of that, right? This is going to be super hyped, and I only see it going up, right? We're talking about $320 billion in trade volume, 35 million users on its platform. And Coinbase isn't even the best crypto exchange out there. It's just the most accessible one.
Yeah.
Every time there's a pump, the thing goes down. Every time. If there's a major pump or a major sell-off, magically you can't make an exchange on crypto for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Until it settles off a bit and you've either gained or lost 30%. It's ridiculous. But this is going to astronomically rise, and I'm getting in day of immediately.
Is there an announced date?
There is not. So their current valuation is $8 billion. They're estimating after IPO or after they go public, 28 billion day of.
That makes more sense.
Instant 20 billion in their pocket.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, and I honestly think that's undervalued. This is going to be one of those things where we just see the IPO raise and raise and raise and raise to levels that like nobody even expected, because everybody's going to want a piece of this, man. Every single person, especially now that there's no Bitcoin ETFs coming for a while, right?
Yeah. Man,
so how are you going to get exposure to crypto?
Exactly.
Through something like this.
And for our viewers, just for reference, Robinhood, which again, most of us are familiar with at this point, I would venture to say, would you say that Coinbase is the Robinhood of crypto exchanges?
Yeah, except nothing's free.
Easy.
But it's because it's easy, it's accessible,
right.
It's incredibly user-friendly. Yes.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Just for reference, Robinhood is worth over $11 billion. Okay. So for Coinbase to be coming in with a valuation of $8 billion, like, and looking at what the crypto space can and will be and already is, like,
and the fact that they pretty much have a lock on the American market.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, I'd say roughly 80% of the people I know who just dabble in crypto and want to keep it and hold it for a long time do it through Coinbase.
Yep. I think I would say the same.
So they have, I mean, And everyone's only predicting this market to go up. So if you guys can afford it, not financial advice, but I'd say take a look at the IPO and deem for your think this is going to go in the future.
I know what we're doing.
So, oh yeah, let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart really quick because today was a pretty good day, right?
It was.
And yesterday we looked at it and we were right here, right at that 36 bottom test. And what did we say? We need some heavy volume and a good initial push up in order to see if we're going to test this descending resistance with some strength. And right now, this candle's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna tire off here. This wave isn't gonna be all green straight through. There's gonna be another sell-off. I don't know where or how deep it's going to be, but when we hit this resistance line again, that's going to be our tell. So again, it sucks to not make a trade right now, but a lot of times the smart move is just to sit on the sideline and hold off for a while.
Yeah.
As you could see right at this 34 level that we placed yesterday, right? I haven't moved any of these horizontal lines. We're right here. We tested it, we wicked above, and we're still testing it. I wouldn't be surprised if we go down a little bit from here, bounce off this EMA, and then we get the retest of the descending resistance, and we'll gauge where we are from there. Now, I do have a warning here.
Oh boy.
And it's not, don't be too optimistic yet. Because everybody was freaking out in a good way today over this jump. However, the market manipulators of Bitcoin and everything like to play on your emotions, right? And what's more devastating than finally getting that little taste of hope? Maybe this is the next leg up. And then we tank right through the formation, right? So there is still a pretty good likelihood. I'd give it 60-40 bear to bull that we're still going down.
You heard it here, you heard it here first, folks.
So positive signs, we have good volume. However, don't mortgage your house right now quite yet for Bitcoin. If you're gonna do it, wait till we break formation, confirmation, bounce off the line, and then go up. Not financial advice. But
I'm wondering if I should shave off a little bit at the top of this peak we're at right now. I'm thinking about it.
That's entirely up to you, man.
That's right. It is entirely up to me, and that's the beauty of a free market.
Oh, full circle. Full circle. I don't have much more than that. Oh, actually, I do have a little bit more.
Please.
So if anybody was following Dogecoin today, which Robinhood also halted, by the way, a cryptocurrency, it's up 400%.
It is.
400%. Now, historically, we've talked about how in the past, when Bitcoin gets boring, it flows into the Ethereum. And then when Ethereum gets boring, it flows into the lower alts, right? Typically, the two lower alts that show the beginning to a true altcoin season are Litecoin and Doge.
Now,
so,
Paulie, did you hear about this though? Did you hear about why Doge is running right now?
Because it was pumped.
Yeah, on Satoshi Street Bets.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that sub existed.
So, yes. So, yes, it was pumped, but there's still people buying in. That there's always two front runners. There's Litecoin and there's Dogecoin. Time will only tell, but this could potentially be the very beginning, the first tastes of a true alt season again. A true 2017 alt season.
God damn.
And if that's the case, 400% runs are going to be the normal.
Well, and I'm in Doge, so let's go.
I like it. I think that's a good place to end. We kept it a little bit shorter today than normal, but That's okay.
No, it was great.
So, if you like what you saw, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell maybe. Keep up with us every day because we're going to keep the news coming to you. And as always, make that money. Peace out.
And we're off.